He played heroes who always save the day. But in real life, Errol Flynn was quietly destroying himself. And the truth he left behind? It's darker than any movie he ever made. Point 4 hook, first 5 to 10 seconds. He played heroes who always save the day. But in real life, Errol Flynn was quietly destroying himself. And the truth he left behind? It's darker than any movie he ever made. INTRO, the smile that hid the storm. On screen, Errol Flynn was pure magic. A flashing grin. A fearless sword arm. A leading man who made adventure look effortless. But behind that charming swagger lived a man addicted to chaos. Alcohol, women, fights, courtrooms, secrets. Today, we're peeling back the legend to reveal the uncomfortable reality. How Hollywood's greatest swashbuckler became one of its most tragic figures. And why his story still matters. Part 1. A wild boy from the very beginning. Flynn was born in Tasmania in 1909. Even as a kid, he couldn't sit still. He bounced from school to school, expelled more than once. Some reports say for theft. Flynn later claimed it was for sleeping with a laundress, already rewriting his own mythology. He drifted through odd jobs. Clerk, gold miner, wanderer. Structure never fit him. Adventure did. That restless energy eventually pushed him toward acting, almost by accident, after an Australian producer noticed his photos and gave him a lead role in a small film. The movie flopped. Flynn didn't care. He was hooked. Soon after, he joined a repertory company in England, landed a few parts, and before long Hollywood came calling. Part 2. Overnight stardom. Warner Brothers took a gamble on him after another actor dropped out of a pirate adventure. That gamble changed everything. Flynn exploded onto the screen alongside Olivia de Havilland, and audiences went crazy. Then came the adventures of Robin Hood. Green tights, golden lighting, perfect charisma. By 1940, he was one of the most popular actors in America. Hollywood had found its ultimate action hero. But fame didn't calm him. It fueled him. Part 3. The Tasmanian Devil off camera. Flynn leaned hard into his bad boy image. He drank constantly. He fought at parties. He slept with anything that moved. Crew members learned quickly. Never let Flynn near alcohol on set. So he found workarounds. He injected vodka into oranges with syringes. Seriously. He once got knocked out cold by director John Huston during a fight. His reputation became legendary, and not in a good way. Even co-stars noticed. Bette Davis openly criticized his acting, saying he relied on charm instead of craft. Years later, she softened that stance, but at the time, she had little patience for him. Flynn himself admitted he wasn't a great actor. He was a great presence. Part 4. The quote that says everything. Flynn once said, "I like my whiskey old and my women young." That wasn't a joke. In 1942, he faced 2 statutory rape charges involving 17-year-old girls. He beat the case thanks to powerful lawyers who attacked the accuser's credibility. The public mostly sided with Flynn, but his image never fully recovered. This wasn't charming rebellion anymore. This was something uglier. Part 5. Paranoia, parties, and a house built for spying. Flynn built a massive home on Mulholland Drive and privately called it the Playhouse. Not because it was cozy, because it was designed for surveillance. Hidden passages, two-way mirrors, secret peepholes, microphones in walls. He could watch guests without being seen, listen without being noticed. It sounds like fiction. It wasn't. The parties were legendary. So was the excess. And somewhere along the way, drugs joined the mix, including opiates, according to his second wife. Flynn wasn't just partying. He was spiraling. Part 6. The book that shocked the world. Near the end of his life, Flynn published his autobiography, My Wicked, Wicked Ways. It was meant to be a confession. Instead, it became a bombshell. He bragged about affairs, implied shocking encounters, painted himself as a larger-than-life rogue. Some stories were exaggerated. Others were disputed. But the message was clear. Flynn wanted the world to know exactly how wild he'd been. He didn't seek redemption. He sought legend. Part 7. Fame fades. Damage remains. By the late 1950s, Flynn looked decades older than his age. Alcohol had wrecked his liver. Drugs weakened his heart. Bad investments drained his money. He tried to come back with serious roles, including The Sun Also Rises, but many critics felt he wasn't acting anymore. He was just being himself. A tired, self-destructive man. In 1959, while in Vancouver, Flynn complained of intense pain. Doctors treated him. Minutes later, he was gone. He was only 50. The official cause, heart failure, worsened by advanced liver disease. He was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Park, a place he reportedly hated. 6 bottles of whiskey were placed with him. That detail alone tells you everything. Part 8. The legacy nobody likes to talk about. Flynn left behind children, broken relationships, and a son who later vanished while covering war in Southeast Asia. He never won major acting awards, but he created the blueprint for the modern action star. Handsome, reckless, charismatic, dangerous. Every charming rogue hero you see today traces back to Errol Flynn. He may look fun. He also proved how expensive that lifestyle can be. Actionable takeaways. Yes, even from a Hollywood tragedy. Here's what Flynn's life quietly teaches. Charm can hide deep damage. Don't confuse confidence with health. Success doesn't cure self-destruction. It amplifies it. Legends are built on screens, but lives are lived in private. Flynn mastered the first. He failed the third. Errol Flynn will always be remembered swinging from ropes, saving kingdoms, and stealing hearts. But the real story is harder. He had everything: fame, money, beauty, power, and he still couldn't outrun himself. So the next time you see that dazzling smile in an old movie, remember, some heroes only exist in scripts. And sometimes the most dangerous battles happen after the cameras stop rolling. If this story surprised you, tell me in the comments. Was Errol Flynn a misunderstood rebel, or a cautionary tale Hollywood still hasn't learned from? And if you want more deep dives into classic Hollywood's hidden truths, make sure you subscribe.